The cowboys, the wrestlers, the tumblers, the clowns, the roustabouts that move the show at dawn. The music, the spotlight, the people, the towns, your baggage with the labels pasted on. The sawdust and the horses and the smell. The towel you've taken from the last hotel. There's no business like show business, like no business I know. Everything about it is appealing. Everything the traffic will allow. Nowhere can you get that happy feeling when you are feeling that extra bow. There's no people like show people. They smile when they are low. Yesterday they told you would not go far. That night you opened and there you are. Next day on your dressing room they phone the star. Let's go on with the show. The costumes, the scenery, the makeup, the clowns, the audience that lifts you when you're down. The headaches, the heartaches, the backaches, the flops, the sheriff who escorts you out of town. The opening when your heart beats like a drum. The closing when the customers won't come. There's no business like show business if you tell me it's so. Traveling through the country is so thrilling. Standing out in front on opening nights. Smiling as you watch the benches filling and see your billing up there in lights. There's no people like show people. They smile when they are low. Even with a turkey that you know will fold, you may be stranded out in the cold. Still you wouldn't trade it for a sack of gold. Let's go on with the show. Let's go with the show. Oh, I think we're live.
We're live, on with the show, people.
Hello, let us go on with the show. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to stage 284 through the ages.
Super excited to have lots of guests from past and present Stage 284 shows. And we hope that at home you have your favorite drink, your favorite snack, your favorite family members. There you go. And that if you are able to, you'll consider donating to our Stage 284 Scholarship Fund. About 15% of all participants at Stage 284 and the Community House receive scholarships, which is awesome. And we're hoping to increase that a lot this year, especially with COVID-19 pandemic. And we also want to get so many people in from all areas of the world. And so every cent that you donate tonight goes to scholarships. So we're, woo! So we're gonna kick off our evening.
Yes. So our first performance is from a very a known face around 284, kind of a celeb, almost alum. He's bringing us a song from a show that we just performed at 284.
But first, a very special guest from the song we just.
Oh, what do I know?
No, you know everything. You were so right. But we have a guest star who's coming to join us first. And he should be here momentarily. He played Frank Butler in Annie Get Your Gun. Was also in Mamma Mia. And Kay, you've been working with him on some awesome theater, some virtual theater. Can you tell us?
I sure have. Yeah, we're about to introduce Tom Kelleher, and Tom Kelleher is responsible for keeping
keeping theater alive, keeping theater um, in some capacity anyway, for a couple of North Shore folks. We've been doing live readings once a week, facilitated by Tom, and it is such a joy and a wonder to work with Tom. Let's see.
My all of my audio just like went on at the same time. It was like, what are they saying? I don't know what they're saying.
Oh, wild loop. We're just
Actor's nightmare, eh?
yeah, we're just singing your praises. Don't worry. So that's not the worst thing to have echoing.
How are you guys?
Hi, Tom.
Hi, did you just ask a question and I'm totally ignoring it?
No, we were just talking about, and I don't know if you want to like give it a little plug, but the awesome virtual theater that you have been doing while we're in quarantine.
It has been so much fun. Kay has been a constant within the group, and it's been so phenomenal to be able to read through multiple plays. Unfortunately, it's difficult to go through musicals, but at the beginning of quarantine, I was working through my bookshelf of plays and wanting to read as many as I could. And then I was like, maybe I shouldn't read all of these plays by myself. So I started putting it out to other people, and it's been phenomenal. We've read through a few Shakespeare, multiple other authors, both contemporary and vintage, if you were, classic. Thank you, Kay. And we've been actually having some really cool nights where we have authors that are in the group come and share their work. Actually, Kay shared one of her plays, which was really awesome to read. And then I think this weekend, actually, Kay's going to be hosting while I'm out of town, and it's going to be really, really cool. So
yeah, Tom, it's so, I mean, it's always wonderful working with you, but we were saying before that it's been nice to have the opportunity to keep theater alive in some capacity. In the virtual capacity, it is possible with a little work.
it is. And anyone is welcome to join if they wanted to come and listen, come and read, come and direct us, whatever you want.
Yeah, please direct us.
Well, thank
you so much for hosting this. This is really great.
Thank you for being alive and joining us.
Yeah.
What do you think live theater, what do you want it to look like when we get back to it, if we get back to it?
I don't know. It's going to be an interesting transition, because I want people to definitely feel safe within the theater space, within the theater community, and I want the artists to feel as though they can freely share their ideas and perspectives on stage. But it's gonna take some thinking out of the box, and I think that's something that we as performers are really strong at doing. If we're given that box to work within, we're very creative and identify ways of still reaching our audience outside of that. I mean, right now we're talking within this little box right here, and if it has to look like this for a little while, if we have to get creative and work with scripts in this way, I think audiences will adapt. I think theater is the opportunity for us to place a mirror against society and allow society to take a good look at itself. And right now, I think there's a lot of opportunity for us all to be a little humbled by a lot of things. So I think it's worthwhile for us to take the opportunity to continue doing theater and building theater. So I don't know, maybe it's outdoor theater, maybe we all go over to Patton Park and we do some shows out there, do some Shakespeare, Midsummer Night's Dream, get some real fireflies in there. I don't know.
I love
that. That's actually pretty cool.
I'm ready. I'm up to host that. Let's make
Let's do it.
Tom, do you have a favorite 284 memory? Or a favorite show or
I have so many good stage 284 memories. I'd say one that's sticking out right now is Brian and I behind the set of Mamma Mia watching the dances. It was just so much fun I don't know. Sometimes it's more fun to be backstage, knowing what's going on, cheering on the performers that are on stage, and it's just a memory that's coming back. I'm not even sure what song it was specifically, but it was just like watching them, watching the excitement, watching the audience, and it was just a good memory that's coming back. I'm sure many more will jump through during the evening, but.
that memory. Love to see all the mechanics that you work so hard on.
Yes.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tom. It was so
Thank
nice.
you.
Thanks, Tom. You're amazing.
Enjoy the evening. I hope everyone enjoys and donate. You guys are such a good cause, and it's really worthwhile to share if you can financially to help support it. So thank you both so much for dedicating so much to it.
Thank you, Tom. We'll see you later in the program.
Bye.
Up next, that celebrity we were talking about is performing.
Oh, here he is. Here we go.
Everything has its season, everything has its time. Show me a reason and I'll soon show you a rhyme. Cats fit on the windowsill and children fit in the snow. So why do I feel I don't fit in anywhere I go? Rivers belong where they can ramble. Eagles belong where they can fly. I've got to be where my spirit can run free. Gotta find my corner of the sky. Every man has his daydream, every man has his goal. People like the way dreams have of sticking to the soul. On the clouds have lightning, and nightingales have their song. And don't you see, I want my life to be something more than long. Rivers belong where they can ramble. Eagles belong where they can fly. I've got to be where my spirit can run free. Gotta find my corner of the sky. So many men seem destined to settle for something small, but I won't rest until I know I'll have it all. So don't ask where I'm going, just listen when I'm gone. And far away you'll hear me singing softly to the dawn. Rivers belong where they can ramble. Eagles belong where they can fly. I've got to be where my spirit can run free. Gotta find my corner of the sky.
When I'm worried and I can't sleep. I count my blessings instead of sheep, and I fall asleep counting my blessings. When my bankroll is getting small, I think of when I had none at all, and I fall asleep counting my blessings. I think about a nursery, and I picture curly heads, and one by one I count them as they slumber in their beds. If you're worried and you can't sleep, just count your blessings instead of sheep, and you'll fall asleep counting your blessings. I think about a nursery, and I picture curly heads, and one by one I count them as they slumber in their beds. So if you're worried and you can't sleep, just count your blessings instead of sheep, and you'll fall asleep counting your blessings. Counting your blessings.
For joining us. I remember working with you on this show. I think my first or second 284 show. And joining us, I remember working with you on this show. I think the second 284 show.
We got some looping.
There you go.
I think Fred might have.
So there we go. Awesome. Fred, can you tell us a little bit about what you like about this song?
Well, it was just a really nice moment in that play when the young captain is singing to the general's niece, and really kind of that moment kind of with the child and trying to comfort her and all her anxiety, and in some ways it also I think touched my character, the general, and it sort of that whole interaction with his niece helped soften him up and made him realize that his kind of tough persona wasn't always the right way to solve things, but kind of being more loving and more empathetic was a better way to go.
That's pretty timely for today. I think it's a very it's a sweet song and a sweet presentation of the song that I think is very I don't know, appropriate for what we're going through today.
Yeah, there's always something to find gratitude for, and really gratitude just does so much to open up your spirit and make you appreciate things you have and be willing to give to others.
That's beautiful. Yeah.
Totally beautiful. Fred, I was looking back, I was making a slideshow today of like all the 284 shows that have ever happened. And I was wondering if you could tell us how you got involved at 284 and maybe what some of the other shows where they've done.
Well, my very first show was The Importance of Being Earnest. And that was, that was way before we called it Stage 284. But Hannah invited me to join the production, and we had a lot of fun with that. And somehow that experience kind of got me associated with the theater, and maybe interested in looking for other shows after that to get involved with.
Awesome. And did you do like theater before? Are you was 284 or I think the Community House Theater before?
That's right. Yeah, before that, I was involved with a little theater company in Byfield, Massachusetts for probably a couple of years before I got started with Hannah at the Community House. And before that, long before that, when I was living in Connecticut, I was involved with an opera company. So that was kind of my first stage experience was doing grand operas as part of the chorus of that company.
That's pretty evident. Your voice is very controlled. It's really beautiful.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Awesome. Fred, thank you so much for joining us and talking about your Stage 284 story.
Yeah, my pleasure. Such a great concept to put the show together with the history of all the shows over the years. It's a really cool thing.
Yeah, thanks for being a part of it.
Thank you.
All right, we'll see you later.
Okay.
Thanks for joining.
Bye.
And in comes Tom.
Oh my goodness. Hello, Tom. Oh, you're muted.
No, I'm not.
No, you're not. How that was so silly of me to say. No, you're not. Hello, Tom.
How are you?
So great. How's it going?
Doing well.
Thanks for being a part of this.
Well, thanks for putting it together.
Well,
we had sent some questions out, and I love that you really liked the question hijinks or something that went wrong or right on stage. And I'm excited because we just talked to Fred, who is like Stage 284 past. He's been in, not past, like we would love for him to be back on our stage. But I feel like Tom joined us kind of recently, and I'd love to hear your hijinks at 284.
Well, when we did Pippin, the battle scene during the war was really fun to watch. I actually got to be kind of off to the side, kind of watching everybody fight their way through the scene. And at the end, one of the two kids who was Theo was coming up in this suit where it had a breakaway head, and the idea was that somebody would take the sword and slash it and the head would fall off, and it almost never worked right. It was really funny. And so, occasionally the head would fall off on its own or not fall off at all or come off too early, too late, whatever. I mean, it was a very difficult stunt to pull off. The timing was tough, but that's just the one that cracked me up the most.
that's the beauty of theater, live theater, I think. And I will say, when I came to see Pippin live at Stage 284, it worked flawlessly, and I gasped in my seat.
Okay, well, you have no idea what I'm talking about then.
I believe you, though.
I think this is true. I could be misremembering, and maybe we switched it, but one of our Theos was practicing that trick over, or maybe both of them are over and over and over again, and I was like, of course it's not going right. We're fatiguing ourselves. Give it a moment.
No, that was a tough one.
Yeah. That was awesome. And can you tell us about anything you've learned from the arts that you bring with you other places in your life?
Well, I think there's a lot about being a performer that you can bring into other areas of your life, because it's really about learning how to communicate and to feel comfortable enough with yourself to be out front, even if you're feeling nervous, anxious, you find a way to get through that. And we all need people who can communicate better. I've talked with a bunch of actors and actresses over the years who, they maybe majored in theater, majored in music, had reached a point where they were thinking, well, they're gonna have to make a switch into maybe a business career, but they feel like they don't have any skills. And it's like, well, you have the skill of being able to get up, tell a story, be comfortable, communicate well. and businesses everywhere looking for people who can do that.
You are so right. Do you know the other Tom that's performing in this show, Tom Kelleher, is the person that taught me that lesson. I felt very similarly that I was a theater person and I had gone to clown school and I had no skills. And it's true. We, as theater people, we're able to put ourselves out there, and most people can't do that.
They can't, and I don't, how many business conferences people go to where the person speaking may know a lot technically about their subject, but they put everybody to sleep because they're so boring. And so somebody being able to get out there and communicate well is just so valuable.
Yes, exactly.
100% agree. Well, thank you so much, Tom. We're going to see Tom's performance in just a second. And yeah, I think just like Kay was saying, we do need theater people in the world. And I think, starting with our youth company, that's what we're trying to do. I don't expect that every child that we see is going to go on to be a Broadway star, although many of them should be, in my humble opinion. But I think that what we can do is bring communicators into the world and people who are confident in themselves. And just like giving a PowerPoint presentation in class, I was student teaching at Hamilton Wenham, and I was like, those are my kids. I can see that they are taking up space, and I want them to take up space and use their voices. Oh my gosh, now I can't articulate. But
how do you say articulate? Yes.
All right, so we are gonna get Tom's video up. Thank you, Tom.
Thanks, Tom.
I have often walked down this street before, but the pavement always stayed beneath my feet before. All at once am I several stories high, knowing I'm on the street where you live. Are there lilac trees in the heart of town? Can you hear a lark in any other part of town? Does enchantment pour out of every door? No, it's just on the street where you live. And oh, the towering feeling just to know somehow you are near. The overpowering feeling that any second you may suddenly appear. People stop and stare, they don't bother me. Oh, there's nowhere else on earth that I would rather be. Let the time go by, I won't care if I can be here on the street where you live. People stop and stare, they don't bother me. For there's nowhere else on earth that I would rather be. Let the time go by, I don't care if I can be here on the street where you
Hello, Amanda Maddox.
Hi.
Thanks for being here.
Oh, thank you for organizing this. It was so much fun to do.
I mean, it's just really lovely to hear your voice.
And see, is that a cat?
Yeah.
A co-host.
With tail.
We love. Oh yeah, I can see his little toes now. That's lovely. So, Amanda,
Mhm.
how did you get involved with 284?
I forget how I found out that To Kill a Mockingbird was happening, but I found out, I think through somebody I work with, because I was teaching the book at the time that they were having auditions last winter. And so I just went and auditioned for it because I was like, well, I'm working on the book with a student. I might as well go try out. And I was part of the ensemble.
Oh no.
2, 3, 4, 5 shows since then. If you include, can you hear me?
We lost you for a second, but you're back.
Okay. Okay. If you count Secret Garden, then that would be 5 shows.
You can count Secret Garden. I mean, you guys you finished.
Yeah.
Opened, you did it. Yeah, that's. I'm sorry that we lost you for a second there, but it's been so nice to like have you involved in all of the.
Oh, thank you so much. It's been really fun to like work with you guys again, and because I've been working with you guys pretty consistently for the past year, and I've been going through like withdrawals from stage 284.
I know it.
Energy and smiling face is something that I miss a lot. So it's good to see it. And the cat tail.
Secret Garden is getting a lot of shout outs in the chat. So do you want to talk a little bit about your experience with Secret Garden?
Oh, it was so much fun. I'm hoping that it has been postponed and not completely canceled. Working with people who I've worked with before, like Amanda Lane, who's going to be performing later, Becky, who I was in Into the Woods with, Brian, you know, all these people who I've worked with before, but also meeting new people and finally getting to work with Katie as being co-director with the wonderful Kathleen. You know, just, you know, working with everybody who I've worked with before, but also meeting a lot of really new, wonderful, talented people.
Yes, it has been postponed. We actually have some exciting news soon for the Secret.
Oh, good.
Oh, stay tuned.
They actually take place in a garden. Who knows? I don't know. Somebody does. I wanted to ask you, I love that you were talking about your students and like how you were teaching that book. And I was wondering what you think about theater in regards to youth. Like, do you think it's an important tool? Do you use it maybe when you're teaching, or?
I think it's a super important tool, especially for, I work at a school that specializes in teaching children with dyslexia. And I have used readers theater in tutorials and stuff to help with like reading fluency and helping them to like understand how the tone of a text should sound so they're not reading in a monotone. So it's something that I personally like, and I think that when you are personally like really excited about something, even if the kids aren't super gung-ho about it, they kind of feed off that excitement as well. So yeah, I have used it before.
I love that. That's awesome. That's my theater story. My mom was like, we need a full day camp for you, and you also can't read, so we're going to theater. And I just feel like there's been so many, I have dyslexia, so there have been so many and like lots of current students who I feel like excel because they can dissect scripts and then their books. And yeah, that's awesome. Thank you for bringing that to our youth and for coming to us. We love
you. Thank you. Thank you for having me, as always.
Thanks for being here, Amanda.
Thank you, guys.
Tonight.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
So we're gonna see a Stage 284, a little like family affair
The
next.
sweetest family ever.
First Stage 284 Love Stories is coming up next. And both of these people actually also have a background in education. And one of them works in education, one of them is an amazing carpenter now. And so while you are watching, please consider checking out our scholarship link and seeing if you can spare anything. No donation is too small or too large to support our youth.
Yeah, share your coin.
How do I go on? Just an empty room. All I have are memories. I need a task to do. Someone give me a task to do. I need a... I thought that somehow we'd always have forever. I thought the promises we made would have a different end. I thought the love we shared would keep us as we were. It was the fire within me. We dreamed and plotted with abandon in this attic. When we were gathered here, the room became our citadel. We were amazing then, my sisters and I. They were the fire within me. In this room, I knew we were alive. Nothing was too painful to survive. We faced the world together, the four of us forever, side by side. Everything I promised was for them. I was theirs no matter where or when. How can that be gone forever? How when I gave everything with all my heart? It was several days before Christmas. It was several days before Christmas. The sisters sat about the parlor and grumbled about their fate. Meg, the oldest and most romantic, said, "It's not fair some girls have pretty things while we have nothing." "And it won't be Christmas without presents," said Amy, with her usual pout. "And we haven't got Father to read to us," said Joe, who yearned to travel and write great books. Only Beth, sitting contented, said, in a tone so sweet, even angels would have listened, "But we've got each other." Everything I promised them is here. All of us the way we used to be. We will always have each other. They will always be the fire in my heart. Here I go, as unexpected as can be.
Sitting on the floor and talking till dawn.
Candles and confidences.
Trading old beliefs and humming old songs.
And lowering old defenses.
Singing a love song.
La 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 la.
Love song. La 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 la. Private little jokes and silly pet names.
Lavender soap and lotions.
All of the cliches and all of the games.
And all of the strange emotions.
Singing a love song. La 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 la. Love song. La 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 la. They say the whole is greater than the sum of the parts it's made of. Well, if it's true of anything, it's true of love. 'Cause how can you define a look or a touch?
How can you weigh a feeling?
Taken by themselves, no, they don't mean much. Together they send you reeling into a love song. La 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 la. Love song. La 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 la. La 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 la.
Sleep. Love you.
Is that the cutest thing that's ever happened in the whole world?
It is. I can confirm.
Hi, Rowan. Hi, Susan. And hi, Jay.
Hello.
Hi.
Thanks for being with us tonight.
Of course, we're having a blast.
Thanks for having us.
I'm so glad. Friends, can you tell us how you met?
Well, funny you should ask, Katie. We actually met doing Stiltskin at 284 many moons ago.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we were both in Stiltskin, and Jay carried my dead body off stage.
That's lovely.
That was my shining moment in the play.
That's
not even the last dead body that Jay would carry off stage.
That's
I was so good, they brought me back to
yeah,
reprise my role.
He gets typecast, that sort of thing.
That happens.
Well, I want to say that I think everyone should know that Jay Martell did theater at Endicott. So did Susan. We all went to Endicott. But he was like, I'm not really a singer. And I would say that Jay Martell is really a singer, in my professional opinion.
Yes,
I'll give credit to Craig. Craig made me sound pretty good there. So
he did no auto-tune editing.
I don't know about that.
For myself.
No, Jay, we can attest all here today, and folks will see later on in the programming as well that you are quite the singer. We already saw that Susan is like quite the singer. So it's like it's a family value, it seems.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see if he ends up with the trait.
He's quite the performer already. So
yeah, he's had his first First soiree.
He's a professional.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for being here.
Of course. Thank you for
guys.
including us. We had a blast doing it. It was really fun.
I love that you included the whole fam. You're gonna see the whole fam later too. Well, most. But Rowan, we're so excited that you're this first Stage 284 baby.
That's right.
Oh
And
yeah.
look how handsome.
I love his pony toy, even though he was not chewing on that earlier. Thanks for joining us.
All right.
Thank you guys
Thank
very
you.
much. We'll see you
Thanks,
soon.
friends.
Bye.
We have another Stage 284 family member joining us. Here she is, the one and only Becky Axelrod. Mute herself in a second. Oh, almost. Becky, unmute. Here we go.
Hello, you guys. Thank you so much. I want to echo everything other people have said about how great it is you did this.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for being part of it. You are like my first memories of 284 when I first got involved was you and Arsenic and Old Lace. And that was, I was like, who is this woman? And you're very talented.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, Becky, it's been a real get to have you involved in this. How did you get involved with 284 to begin with?
Well, when I retired and moved back up to Massachusetts in December of 2012,
I think that we're looping a little.
I started looking around for theater groups, and my first show was at Salem Theater Company in the Crucible. And in that show was Miriam Sears' youngest daughter. She was one of the youngest she was the youngest accuser of the witches. And from that, I learned about Stage 284 and came over and auditioned for Miriam and everybody. And I'm just so thrilled that there is this wonderful theater company so close by where I live. It's just been great.
I love that. Becky, can you mute your YouTube stream? Or just edit it really quick? Oh, not you, just the stream.
Oh, okay.
We can hear all the wonderful things you're saying, but we'd like to hear them better.
Yeah, I mean, we're all watching live together, so it's no surprise that it would echo back a little bit.
So I need to go back into YouTube to get that.
Yeah,
off?
YouTube is going full blast. Oh, and what a horrifying experience to hear one's own voice. Yeah, we love. Well, anyway, I mean, that's part of the charm of what all of this is. Somebody very wiser than I, said that a virtual live theater is a way to mourn the theater as we know it. And so we're all getting used to these technical hurt. Oh, but I think we're muted. Perfect. Becky, I just would like to share a personal memory that I have of you in the 284 theater. We did a small piece called Resting on Our Laurels together.
Oh, yes.
And you played Hermes, and it was the most captivating, exciting, and gender non-specific role that I ever saw. And it was like very special to me. And so I'm very excited that you're part of this. I was very excited that you were a part of Into the Woods as well, because you're just really just like a very exciting person to see on stage.
Oh, thank you so much.
Before we play your video, can you tell us a little bit about the role that you're about to portray? She was Drowsy in The Drowsy Chaperone, and she was fabulous. I can attest here with Jimmy Turner, who will be here later.
Well, so were you, my dear. Can you hear me, by the way?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You were fabulous as Janet, and that was a wonderful experience. But I'll tell you, I was flabbergasted when I was cast in that role, because back where I used to sing in Westchester County before I moved up to Massachusetts, I was known as, somebody who sang, quote, legit theater. And, I couldn't belt. No one would ever, ever, ever have cast me as Drowsy. But Jay and Nate didn't know that, so they cast me, and it was a stretch, and they were very supportive, and here I was belting for the first time in my life. So it was fun, a lot of fun to do it. And one of my best stage 2 memories is doing the tango with Greg Warwick, and he was like throwing me around the stage. So that was a really fun part of it. But I mean, it's kind of out of my comfort zone in a way, because Drowsy is a euphemism for someone who likes to tipple. She's had a few drinks. She kept a glass. I carried a glass through the entire performance, and so here I am, singing the words, the lyrics that say, it's a dismal little world in which we live. But even Drowsy wants to hear that little bluebird, and the little bluebird will sing its song as we stumble along. So she's too looking for hope and beauty and love in the world.
Yeah.
So
I love
very timely for today, for the kind of world that we're experiencing. I think it is very the words that the Drowsy chaperone is saying in this song are pretty important.
Yes, definitely.
Yes.
So if we can all listen to that little bluebird, and like the still small voice within us to guide us along.
After we see Becky's video, we're going straight into intermission. So I wanted to take a moment. I love the bluebird idea. I wanted to thank some of the past leaders at 284 and some of the people who helped us with this cabaret, and they've been mentioned tonight. So Jay and Nate, and Jay Pension, Nate Punches, Miriam Sear, Kat Stramer, Linda Greenstein, Greenstein, I'm sorry. And my gosh, I had one other one. Oh, Kelly Murphy and Hannah Mel. Yes. I feel very honored and privileged to be running something that you created. And it helped me to create. And I think that needs its recognition, because there would be none of this without that. And I also wanted to thank our accompanists before we get into intermission, Ben and Kathleen. And we'll talk about them again later, but thank you, Ben and Kathleen, and Brian and Craig for being our tech crew, and our friend Dan, who helped us with all the graphics. Here's my lipstick. I don't know what I'm doing. But at intermission, after Becky's wonderful video, yes, there will be about a 5-minute and 42-second intermission. So we hope that you get a refill and snacks, and check out that donate link. You can also just type in www.communityhouse.org and click on the little cabaret symbol. Thank you guys so much for being here. We cannot do what we do without live viewers like you. And we're honored you're watching. Go ahead, Craig.
As we stumble along on life's funny journey, as we stumble along into the blue, oh, we look here and we look there, seeking answers anywhere, ever sure of where to turn or what to do. Still we bumble our way
crazy labyrinth, barely knowing left from right or right from wrong. And the best that we can do is hope a bluebird will sing his song as we stumble along. It's a dismal little world in which we live. It can bore you till you've nothing left to give. 7 overrated wonders, 7 underwhelming seas, 6 excruciating continents, Antarctica, oh please. Still you mustn't let it lick you, this planet oh so bland. Keep your eyeball on the highball in your hand. As we stumble away, cross life's crowded dance floor, as we push and we shove, we live and we learn. And when we finally leave the bar and we see that morning star, we pull our bootstraps up and homeward turn. Then we stumble away through dawn's blinding sunbeams, barely knowing right from right or left from wrong. But as long as we can see that little bluebird, there'll be a song till we bumble along. As we stumble, bumble, fumble, plumble, as we
got our bed and board. If you don't mind having to deal with Fagin, it's a fine life. Though disease rats threaten to bring the plague in, it's a fine life. But the grass is green and dense on the right side of the fence, and we take good care of it that we get our share of it, and we don't mean pence. If you don't mind having to like or lump it, it's a fine life. Though there's no tea sipping and eating crumpet, it's a fine life. Not for me, a happy home, happy husband, happy wife. Though it sometimes touches me, for the likes of such as me, mine's a fine, fine life.
Did you have your favorite drink? Kay, do you have your favorite drink?
I sure did. Ben got me a wine.
Nice. Before I was reading off some friends who were amazing creators of 284. Oh, I hear me.
Oh, there she is, Alex. Hello.
Hey. And Alex, can you turn off your YouTube stream?
There she is, Alex. Oh gosh, yeah,
Hi.
you can hear me twice.
Yeah, if you can turn your YouTube stream off, then we won't. There you go. Awesome. I was thanking friends who had made Stage 284 such a great place. And I forgot my friend Patricia Jameson because I was excited. I wrote everybody's name down. And Patricia has been awesome. And lately she's donated some great costumes. And another sunshiny, sparkling, amazing face that makes Stage 284 a great place is Alex. And I met Alex doing the cabaret at the Cabot with Tom Smoker. And that is a great cause. If we are able to go back to the cabarets at the Cabot sometime soon.
I hope so.
Alex, you're a great way to start the second act. That was an awesome song.
Thank you.
Yes, honestly, thank you so much. Alex most recently just starred in Pippin as Catherine. That was the first performance that I've seen you in at 284, and it was like a very captivating performance.
Thank you. I was really excited to be a part of it.
Was that the first show that you were involved in at 284?
Yes.
Oh wow. Okay, great.
And Ruby, I think Ruby goes to the school that you work at. Is that right? Ruby was one of our.
Right. In fact, that's how I found out about 284 is I went to see Ruby in To Kill a Mockingbird, and I was so impressed, and I thought I would love to work with this company. So I said, all right, I'm going to audition for Pippin.
Amazing.
So cute. How have you, I know some ways you've been staying creative during quarantine, but can you tell us, for all those who haven't had the privilege of seeing them?
Oh, well, I did make a very silly parody video called Back in the World, based on the Little Mermaid song Part of Your World, which was just a silly and fun way for me to do something creative and musical. So that was one way. I've really been thankful to still have my private students, and I've been doing piano lessons for them over Zoom. And so that's been really nice to be able to still be in touch with them and still helping them develop as musicians. So
I love that. And I know you work with youth and theater and music. So can you tell us a little bit about that? Like why you feel like it's important for them?
Sure. Yeah. I work at Shore Country Day School. I teach the pre-K through grade 4 students there. And I think my biggest goal is to just help them find joy in music and to realize all the different ways they can enjoy it and use it to express themselves and collaborate with others. Um, yeah, it's really a privilege to get to work with such amazing little musicians um, as singers and performers. And again, I think that word collaborate is so important, like learning to work with others, to have empathy, to have that kind of responsibility to a group. All of those things are very important lessons for children.
That is such a valuable lesson today as we're sort of seeing how important the collective identity is. And that's something that I think that we as theater performers, we get an access to that maybe not everybody does. We work in ensembles, we work in groups, and we know what it means to support each other and what it means if one person hurts each other, how everyone could be hurt. So that is really lovely that you are instilling those sort of
Yeah. And I forgot to say, but confidence as well. This idea of being able to feel comfortable getting up and speaking and singing and performing in front of others is an incredibly important skill. And at my school, we get the kids up there on the stage performing in the earliest grades. I mean, these kids are 3.5, 4 years old. Up there on the stage performing, so we make it very much a part of the experience.
It's amazing. Thank you so much for that. That's really valuable, I think.
Well, thank you so much for this opportunity and this experience. I just want to say how much I've been enjoying seeing everyone else's performances too.
Yes, everyone got so creative. They're awesome.
Cheers to everyone.
Cheers.
Up next, we have the lovely and talented Jay Martell.
Oh, here we go.
All right, this is what I need you to do today.
Patching the roof and pitching the hay is not my idea of a perfect day. When you're extraordinary, you gotta do extraordinary things. I'm not the type who loses sleep over the size of the compost heap. When you're extraordinary, you think about extraordinary things. Oh, I once knew a man, he lived each day the same, safe and sane and swell. And when they told me he died, I didn't cry. All I could say was, how could they tell? Oh, looking at life from deep in a rut may give you a view of the sunshine, but it's unnecessary for someone who is very extraordinary like me. If the floorboards are squeaking and the doorboards are leaking and the chimney's in need of repair, if the garden has brambles and the yard is in shambles, well, I'm terribly sorry, but I don't care. I've got to be someone who lives all of his life in superlatives. I'm extraordinary, I gotta do extraordinary things. The fact that I'm special is easy to see, so why doesn't anybody see it but me? I'm extraordinary, I need to do extraordinary things. Chance and give me my wings, and don't make me think about everyday things. They're so secondary for someone who is very extraordinary like
Jay Martell. Jay Martell better just come up here and sing a song. I can't even. Katie, what did you? It looks like we might not have Katie right now, but that's okay. We just wanted to talk a little bit about how we went about recording all of these numbers here. We made sure that we were able to record audio and record video in a safe, socially distanced way. Everyone who appears in the videos is family. Yes, please throw a shoe into the chat if you love Jay Martell. That's very exciting. He's a really incredible performer. Everyone who helped our performers is within their home. Everything was very safe. And since we might have lost Katie, so let's just go roll into our next video and see what we've got in store.
I don't have a sunny disposition. I'm not known for being too amused. My demeanor's locked in one position. See my face, I'm enthused. Suddenly, however, I've been puzzled. Bunny rabbits make me want to cry. All my inhibitions have been muzzled, and I think I know why. I'm being pulled in a new direction, but I think I like it. I'm being pulled in a new direction. Through my painful pursuit, somehow the birdies took root. All the things I detested, impossibly cute. Ah, what do I do? Mother always said be kind to strangers, but she doesn't know what they destroy. I can feel the clear and present dangers when she learns that the boy has got me pulled in a new direction. But I think I like it. I'm being pulled in a new direction. And this feeling I know is impossible, so I'll confide that I've tried, but I can't let it go. It's disgustingly true. Puppy dogs with droopy faces, unicorns with dancing mice, sunrise in wide open spaces, Disney World, I'll go there twice. Butterflies at picnic lunches, bunches of chrysanthemums, lollipops and pillow fights and Christmas Eve, sugar plums, string quartets and chia pets and afternoon banana splits, indulging as I sleep and Liberace's greatest hits have got me pulled in a new direction, and they keep insisting I'm still resisting. Just watch me pulled in a new direction. I should stay in the dark, not obey every spark, but the boy has a bite better far than his bark, and you bet I'll like to do and truly tell them as I'm pulled in a new direction.
All right, Katie Clark, you better friggin' sing.
Oh, sorry, I had to get ready for my big number, and also Bailey had to pee, so there's that.
Sure.
My dog is the love of my life, so I made that a tribute to my dog.
Amazing job. We love hearing you wail, honestly. It's a one of the few pleasures of life.
Thank you.
That's amazing. The chat agrees that it's amazing.
Friends, we're about to hear from another amazing whaler, if you will. She's right here. Amanda, So we're transitioning towards the end of our night, and we want to talk a little bit about Secret Garden. And we felt like Amanda was a great place to start with that because she plays Martha in the postponed Secret Garden, not canceled. And Martha Bailey's also playing with me. Bailey, say
Hi, Bailey. Hi, Bailey.
She's killing me. But we thought we'd talk to Amanda because her character has this really amazing message in the show. And Amanda, if you've met her, is also such an amazing, inspirational human. And we're
thank you
that she's part of this. So welcome, Amanda.
Thank you for having me tonight. It's been really fun so far.
Yay, I'm glad.
Yeah.
What song are you going to perform for us?
So I'm really excited about the song that I get to do tonight. I am doing my big song from the Secret Garden, which is called Hold On. And as most people who know me know, it's a really special song for me. And I was so excited to get to sing it in Secret Garden. And then obviously it got postponed. So I'm really excited to have the chance to share it with people.
Can you talk to us a little bit about what Hold On means to you?
Yeah, I mean it's meant different things to me as time has gone by since I started with the Secret Garden. So Hold On it's a really inspirational song. In the show, Mary Lennox is just totally despondent, and Martha, my character, it's my job to inspire her to hold on, basically, and to have hope and to realize that things can still get better, as awful as they seem. And so on different levels that really resonates with me. It's a song I've always really connected with, primarily because it reminds me a lot of my relationship with my daughter, who is going to make a cameo appearance, and not just a cameo, she's in the whole video. So she agreed to do that with me, which was a really neat opportunity for both of us, because that I always sort of imagined when I was singing it that I was singing it to her. And so being able to do that on film was pretty exciting. But then now we're in the middle of the pandemic and we don't know what's going on, and everything seems really dark and heavy and bleak. And so it's taken on this new meaning for me, which is on some of the really hard days that we've had in our family, and I know everybody has had, that on those days I just try to remind myself to hold on and to remember some of the words that are in this song, that this too shall pass one day and I will be on the other side of it. So yeah, I'm just really excited that I get to share the song, because it's one I actually didn't know before the Secret Garden, and it's become a really, really special one for me.
Oh, thank you so much, Amanda. We are so happy to have you and so lucky to have you.
Oh, thanks.
So we're gonna hear a little clip.
Yeah, from Secret Garden. Yeah.
Here we go.
Okay.
Yes, I think so.
Strangely quiet, but now the storm simply rests to strike again. Standing, waiting, I think of her. I think of
Strange, this Mary, she leaves the room, yet remains. She lingers on. Something stirs me to think of her. I think of her.
From death she casts her spell. All night we hear her sighs,
And now a girl has come who has her eyes. She has her eyes. The girl has Lily's hazel eyes. Those eyes that saw him happy long ago. Those eyes that gave him life and hope he'd never known. How can he see the girl and miss those hazel
She has her eyes. The girl has Lily's hazel eyes. Those eyes that closed and left me all alone. Those eyes I feel will never ever let me go. How can I see this girl who has her hazel eyes? In Lily's eyes a castle this house seemed to be, and I her bravest knight became. My lady fair was she.
She has her eyes. She has my Lily's hazel eyes. Those eyes that love my brother, never me. Those eyes that never saw me, never knew I'd long to hold her close, to live at last in Lily's eyes.
Imagine me a lover.
I'd long for the day she'd turn and see me standing there. Would God had let her stay. She has her eyes. She has
My Lily's hazel eyes. Those eyes that saw me happy long ago. How can I now forget that once I dared to be in love, alive and whole, in Lily's eyes, in Lily's eyes.
What you've got to do is finish what you have begun. I don't know just how, but it's not over till you've won. When you see a storm is coming, see the lightning part the skies. It's too late to run, there's terror in your eyes. What you do then is remember this old thing you heard me say. It's this storm, not you, that's bound to blow away. Hold on to someone standing by. Hold on, don't even ask how long or why. Child, hold on to what you know is true. Hold on till you get through. Child, oh child, hold on. When you feel your heart is pounding, feel the devil's at your door, there's no place to hide, you're frozen to the floor. What you do then is you force yourself to wake up and you say, it's this dream, not me, that's bound to go away. Hold on, the night will soon be by. Hold on, until there's nothing left to try. Child, hold on, there's angels on their way. Hold on and hear them say, child, oh child. And it doesn't even matter if the danger and the doom come from up above or down below, or just come flying at you from across the room. When you see a man who's raging and he's jealous and he fears that you walk through walls he's hid behind for years, what you do then is you tell yourself to wait it out and say, it's this day, not me, that's bound to go away. Child, hold on, it's this day, not you,
Hello, friends. If you hear my mom in the background, she just got home and she's playing with the dog, which is why I was very quiet in the previous interview, but she's awesome. Mom rocks. We wanted to talk a little bit about Secret Garden. First of all, wipe your tears. I had to like turn away because it was so beautiful. But we love that two of our Stage 284 favorites performed that lovely duet for Lily's Eyes for us. They were not in the cast of The Secret Garden, and that's okay. Most of the people singing the songs on here weren't necessarily in that role. I wasn't even in Adam's Family. I made the program though. Thank you so much. Yes, and that was the last time I made program, so there's that. But it's been what a show for this time. When we started it and I first had the first interview with Salem News with my friend Will, thank you, Will. He was asking Kathleen Tringali, who I love, amazing artist and collaborator and friend. He was asking me, oh, like, how did you pick this? How long have you been working on it? Did you know that our world would be experiencing this? And I was like, no, I honestly have to say I didn't, but I feel like it's so important that we see the Secret Garden through because of that. Not because of that, but also because of how much all the work that everyone's put in. But I think we have so much more to share now that we have experienced something like that universally. And I think that theater is all about universal experiences. And right now, not just universal, but right now, like, I want to talk about the experiences. I want to talk about different ways to amplify voices that need to be heard. And so we're going to do that. And we're going to do Secret Garden in Patton Park. And that's how that's going to happen. And the cast doesn't know yet. So here we are. But I am going to...
Here we are telling the cast that it's going to happen.
It's going to happen. And I'm just like very honored. That's my first main stage show at Stage 284 that I've had the honor of directing. I've never directed a main stage show before, just the youth company. And I got to do it with my very good friend, Kathleen Tringali, who, as Sean Westgate would say, I would die on a sword for Kathleen Tringali. I definitely would. If you haven't seen her work or met her as a human, like, you just need to. She's fabulous and wonderful and all the things that a good theater artist should be. But we have somebody coming in, or Kay, did you have anything before I invite our next guest in?
No, I don't think so. I'm very excited to see theater continue in a new capacity. I think that we're all sort of adjusting and maneuvering this new world of like what things may look like. And we're so appreciative of the audiences that are tuning in, that are getting involved in this new sort of digital space. It's really exciting and really invigorating to see you all involved and engaging, and yeah, we're so thankful for that. But it's going to be a slow and strange restart, but it's going to be really cool, I think, especially for art that lends itself to being outdoors, to art that and you know, a lot of our performers this evening have sort of expressed ways in which theater might be able to prosper in the future in the next couple of years, and we hope that you as an audience are excited for that, or at least looking forward to engaging in that sort of way. It's a little strange, but it's nice.
I think the thing that when Kay and I were talking about doing this, and this was Kay's idea, so go Kay, to do a cabaret, that one of the things that we were talking about was like the theater community. And I feel like the theater community, I was worried it would be lost and we would lose touch. And I honestly feel a lot more, not more connected, but you know, we're not going to rehearsals for 6 hours a day, or we're doing a Zoom for 45 minutes or whatever it is. And I feel like that made me really open to having more connections with these people that I really just mainly was on stage with. So it's been cool to like talk to some of the actors about what they're doing and what their life is like. a weird time for theater, but it's a time to reinvent and reimagine, and I'm grateful for that. And Jimmy, oh, there he is.
Hi, James.
James,
Hi, friends.
welcome. We are psyched that you're here. You're beautiful, and your performance was beautiful. And I know that there are a lot of Stage 284 members of our community who are waiting to hear from you.
With bated breath.
The talented James Turner. First, we need to get to the really important question here. Who is your favorite on stage wife at Stage 284?
Yes. Yesterday we did tease this question, and I have to say, it's a difficult and almost impossible question to truly answer. But to cleverly answer, I will say that my favorite Stage 284 wife that I've ever had on stage involves a K. And that's all you get.
Yeah, I just found out that Katie also is one of your wives on stage. I didn't know that when I asked you the controversial question, but I'll take it as a win for me. Thank you.
Sure.
You definitely had more time to connect than we did on stage.
True enough.
But it was fun both times. Jimmy, can you talk to us about what you do besides your amazing performances at 284 and like what you love about doing that?
Sure. First of all, I love 284 and all that it kind of stands for. I think that theater is so incredibly important in our lives, but like especially community theater, where it's accessible to everyone. And it's a much more about the community and the family, and not so much about perfection or about, just like it's the focus is the family and the community that we build and the bonds that we share in doing theater. And that's always been so important to me. I was raised in a community theater for a long time. My dad ran a community theater, and I helped run it for a while before we had to shut our doors. And the outreach to local kids, teens, children, whatever you want to call them in the area, a place for them to express themselves, to experience what it's like to work on a show, and to and to like find that joy and that passion in the arts it's such a boon to our society. It's so incredibly important. And that all being said, what do I do at Stage 284? A little bit of everything. I love to be involved in all the productions whenever I can be, whenever my schedule permits. I love being on stage. It's my favorite thing. But also I've directed and I've like helped musically with some of the smaller stuff, because I'm certainly not anyone like Kathleen Castellanos, who's an incredible music director, or Ben Tan. I'm not that level, but I'm able to get by when we need help, and so I step in sometimes and help with voice work or with acting, coaching, or whatever. And sometimes I help behind the scenes doing strike and build, and mostly I do pizza delivery late at night when everybody's there until 2 a.m. That's my big contribution usually. But I invest myself so heavily in 284 because it's what I grew up on, and it's the mission, the message, and like what we stand for in the community theater community, if you will, is so important to me that I couldn't not be involved, even if I wanted to be doing something else.
My favorite thing about Jimmy Turner is that I'll be like getting ready on the night that we open the show to like give the last warm up, right? And like, even if I don't tell him that it's opening night, he's there, and the kids or the adults are like psyched to have him pump them up. And Jimmy, you just are such a great presence, and we are so lucky to have you. So thank you so much.
I'm lucky to have you all as well. It's one of my favorite places to be, and it feels like I'm missing a piece of myself when I don't get to see all my theater friends and work on a project collaboratively with you all.
Soon enough.
Yes.
Enough. That's right.
Jimmy, can you tell us a little bit about why you feel like the youth company is so important?
Sure. Sure. I guess I sort of did say some of this already, but I'll repeat myself because this is an important thing for everybody to hear. Kids, teens, parents, grandparents, whoever is watching. The youth program at 284 is such an incredible place to work and watch kids grow and build on a set of skills they're either just learning or have learned but are perfecting. And it's so amazing to see these tiny humans, tiny only in size and maybe in age, but they bring to the table such real life ideas and such valid points and concepts. I have worked with so many kids, as they would be called to me, to many kids, but they challenge my way of thinking. They challenge my ideas for a scene, my concept. When I ask them what's going on, they know what's going on. They grasp it oftentimes better than we do. They have a different perspective on the world. And so the youth company is a place for them to sort of stretch those wings and explore themselves and their relations with other people and who they are and who they want to be and what they want to say with the show, with their life, with their future. It's a place for them to blossom and become who they're meant to be. The girl they're meant to be, the boy they're meant to be, the whoever they're meant to be. I was trying to have a clever play on the girl I mean to be, but I've digressed. Anyway,
Person.
it's so important. And it gives so many people an opportunity because we're really good at 284 about having multiple casts or expansive casts or rotating casts. And so it gives everybody that ability to express themselves, to shine, their moment in the spotlight, their moment in the ensemble. And let me tell you, the ensemble is just as important. I know we've probably had this discussion before, but the ensemble is just as important as the main characters. Without a good supporting ensemble, your show is nothing. Nothing, unless it's a two-person show, in which case there is no ensemble, but you know what I mean.
Yes, I do know what you mean. I love that. And I love your Secret Garden, The Girl I Mean to Be playoff.
Thank you.
I think, yeah, my favorite thing is that we always say that they may be small, but their voices are mighty. And the youth company is a place that scholarships really support, but also we have so many patrons who could not otherwise see a show, and I never turn anybody away, whatever that means. Tickets for all who need them. But Jimmy, I think that your words are so important and really captured what we aim to do. And so if you are able, before our show is over, check out that donate link. Donate K is showing us. Do the link, www.communityhouse.org. And again, we thank you for viewing because you are the reason that we can do anything. Our viewers, our audience members, and our two coming up cabarets. One is featuring all these lovely youth that we've been talking about, August 20th. And if you are part of the youth company, you've not gotten an email from me yet, it's because I didn't send it. So you're going to get an email tomorrow about your involvement in this cabaret, and I can't wait for all your responses.
Youth company friends out there, be excited. This is going to be awesome.
I am psyched. I cannot wait. I heard that Kay may even be reprising one of her most lovely lullabies with a group of friends from an awesome show. And September 17th is going to be our multi-generational cabaret. So that is adults, kids, everything in between, 0 to 99 or 112. And Frozen Junior and Secret Garden are both postponed at the moment, and they are coming your way either virtually or physically in the garden. And the last thing I wanted to say, actually, there's two more things. Sorry. One, nominate. If you have seen the Community House, we are celebrating Hometown Heroes. That means any local heroes. I nominated Jimmy Turner, whatever. He's awesome for being a hero during the COVID-19 pandemic. So anyone who has helped, and it could be big or small, from somebody making cards for senior citizens to doctors on the front lines. We want to hear about all the local heroes. And unlike some of the other amazing but in-person harvest dinners, we're going to be nominating all heroes. So it is not like a 1 or 2 hero thing. So make sure that you nominate. And I'm gonna post, actually, Kay, can you post it maybe? If you would like to chat with us after, we are gonna be here in our Zoom room. If you'd like to come drink your cocktail and talk to us. So we'll be here in the Zoom room. You can join us. No pressure if you have other plans. But we're here to chat with you. So Kay's gonna post do you have the invite link to the Zoom?
I'm finding it. I'm definitely finding it.
Password is Cabaret. So make sure you come, make sure you donate.
Capital C.
Capital C, definitely.
Cabaret with
C on Cabaret, the password.
Yes, that's the password. And does she have it? She has it. It's getting
I don't know. Hold on. I will find it eventually, but maybe Katie could post it if I don't find it. Hold on. I have so many emails that are scheduled the same things. While I'm looking, I just want to thank you all so much for being a part of this. This was a super fun time. It's really exciting to engage with you on the Facebook chats and on the YouTube chats and all of the other chats that are involved. I hope you can invite us or join us in the Zoom. Oh, I found it. I found the Zoom link. So I'm going to put it in the Facebook chat. If you would like to join and talk with us, that would be very exciting because we are exciting people to chat with. So see you there.